Number one sign to really know if the law of attraction is working for you. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and whatever you're manifesting, you're going to soon see in your life once you understand this one sign that the universe is telling you. Do not worry if your manifestation, if your desire isn't happening as fast as you want. What happens is we conjure up our desires. You're thinking of what it is that you want to create, manifest, or attract into your life, which means you're living from creation consciousness. There's only two levels of consciousness that you can truly live from. One is creation, which means that you work from the inside out. You take an image of what you want, you conjure up the consciousness and energy of the universe, and you formulate it using your mental faculties to form the image, the dream, the goal that you want, and then you go about achieving that, attaining that, and creating that in your life. Now, the other way is to live from a reactionary consciousness. Reactionary consciousness means that you use the evidence of your physical senses, what your eyes, ears, and all of these things are telling you. You use the outside evidence of the world to define and decide where you are at in your life, which is inherently limiting because it's based off of what you see outside of you. So what is your present circumstances of your life? They're a reflection off of the past. So if you look at your present circumstances to decide what your future is, all you can do is recreate the past. And so what happens is if you want something, if you desire something, if you're working on manifesting something, then it's so important to grasp that just because you don't see the evidence, it doesn't mean it's not working. And the number one sign is that everything in the universe is creating or disintegrating. That's a universal law. Everything is growing or dying. There is no neutrality. Everything is growing or dying. And when you understand that everything in this physical world, everything that exists, comes from inside here, inside consciousness, then it's so easy to grasp that just because what you want hasn't shown up yet doesn't mean it's not on the way. The reason people don't get what they want isn't because the law of attraction isn't working. It's because when you spur a desire, when you have a dream, a vision, something you're creating, you're sending out an energy, you're sending out a vibration. Now, there's so many things that might need to occur for you to create and get what you want in life. Somebody might need to come from Canada, and you might need to bump into somebody in the grocery store in 3 weeks, and somebody still might be in a relationship with someone they need to break up before you guys meet. Somebody else might be in a previous business relationship, and that needs to fall apart before you get your new partner and this new financial opportunity. There's so many things that might need to occur. So just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean the creative forces of the universe have not started. So it's so important to keep this in mind and recognize that just because you can't see it doesn't mean it hasn't started yet. But what happens is you're tempted when you don't see what you want to show up yet, you move into reactionary consciousness. And then you forget that the creative forces of the universe have already begun in motion. It's like if you put a seed in the ground and you dig it up every other day because the tree hasn't come yet. It takes time for the tree to actually start to fruit and grow and things like that. So it's like we get in creation consciousness, you decide what you want, and then in a day or a week or a month or in 6 months or a year, it hasn't started, it hasn't manifested the way that you want. So you move into reactionary consciousness and you say, well, does this work? I mean, it's been this amount of time, and we use the measurements of time. It's been this amount of time, and then we use the measurements of the physical world. I still only have this much money in my bank account, or I still have only attracted these people into my life, and here's my things. And we define and we analyze the physical world to decide whether things are possible. And then what happens is, most often, the physical world presents you with evidence other then your desire is manifesting. It gives you more reasons quite often why it's not possible than why it is possible. So we move into reactionary consciousness, and the law of attraction is always working. So you put the seed in the ground and then you pull it back out. And you put the seed back in the ground and then you pull it back out. And it's so important to know that everything in the universe is either creating or disintegrating. So your job isn't to micromanage the universe. That's not your job. So what happens is that we try to micromanage the universe, and then we move into the disintegrate. Everything is creating or disintegrating, growing or dying. And we move into the disintegration phase. And then we start to try to overanalyze everything, and then we get all needy, and then we start, I don't know what to do, and da 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 da. Take a step back, take a breath, and keep moving forward. As long as you are continuing to grow and create into what you're wanting to manifest, you're on the right track. And you might say, well, how does that make sense? Let me give you a perfect example. When I was 19 years old, I wanted to do what I'm doing now. I wanted to be a thought leader. I wanted to write books. I wanted to, do courses and help all these people expand their minds. And that was my vision. Similarly, you might have some type of vision in your life of any form: romance, career, professional, finance, spiritual, lifestyle, whatever it is. And I was 19 and I had my vision. Now, the typical way to look at it is I'm in creation consciousness there, right? Because I have a vision, a thing that I want to create. And then what happens is I'm not getting what I want. A year or two went by, I wasn't making much progress. I had a book, but I wasn't making much progress. And then eventually I met my current life partner. She went into debt because she was trying to help with our groceries and everyday expenses, and I wasn't becoming successful. I could have looked with my eyes and counted 1,000 reasons why the law of attraction wasn't working. You can even go on my YouTube channel, click on videos, and sort by my oldest videos, and you'll see videos from 5 or 6 years ago. Some of them still only have a couple hundred views. I could have looked at that and said, I only have 100 views, I only have 47 views on this video. This stuff isn't working. I have $200 in my bank account, or I have $14 in my bank account. This isn't working. My girlfriend at the time is in debt. This isn't working. Where are all my booking gigs? Where are all these? This isn't working. That would be reactionary consciousness. But I understand that everything is create or disintegrate, grow or die. So I continue to grow into the type of person that would be a successful thought leader. I started spending more and more time studying, reading books, more and more time understanding the power and how to hone my skill as a speaker. I started hiring coaches that literally would teach me how to communicate more effectively. I started putting my energy where my desire was, as opposed to putting my energy and attention on the lack. I put my energy and attention on my intention. So if things aren't happening as quickly and as fast as you want, the question is, are you putting your energy on the outside world? Are you putting your attention on the world around you, or are you putting your attention on your intention? As long as you're putting your attention on your intention, what's happening is you're continuing to be in creation mode towards your highest desires and goals and dreams. As you continue to do that, eventually you pop out of the other side. And that's what happened to me. It took 5 years, like people will say, wow, you blew up so fast, your YouTube blew up, your business blew up so fast. It's taken me 5 or 6 years, 7 years. I turned 27 on July 16th of this year. As of right now, this is about June 13th. So I started this when I was 19, so almost 7 years actually, or 8 years I guess. And it took that long to get there. There's a beautiful quote that it took 10 years to become an overnight success, and I don't know who says it, but it's so important to keep that in mind today. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com reminding you to keep your attention on your intention. Continue to grow. Continue to control the things that you can control, which is your attention and where you're directing your energy. Good things are coming. They might be in the works right now, although your eyes are telling you that it's not possible and it's not happening. Things are in motion. The creative forces of the universe are sometimes outside of the limits of what our senses can perceive. So comment down below, create or disintegrate, hashtag create or disintegrate. Make sure that you download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below, to train your subconscious mind for success and abundance. When all the crap and all the struggles of the world are coming up, we've got to train our subconscious mind. So download that for free. This actual literally recording, it's not, haven't even re-recorded it. I created this 6 years ago when I was struggling, as I shared in my story. And I started listening to this 2 times a day. It's the exact same recording. It changed my whole life. It's changed hundreds of thousands of people's lives from all over the world. Download it, jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hashtag down below, create or disintegrate. Have a beautiful day. You're on the right track.